Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I don't know about you, but I can tell you that through my professional experience, life experience, education, I kind of, I don't know, have certain ways of assessing someone's ability to tell the truth in a situation or not. Obviously, these are approximations. You can't be always certain of whatever the person you're talking to is telling you the truth or not. Obviously, if there's contradictions and so on. But there are certain things that are kind of clear. For instance, when you speak with a person and let's say you're trying to find out if that person committed a crime, and you say, "Hey, Joe, did you commit the crime?" Let's say the person committed the crime. "Hey, Joe, did you commit the crime?" He's going to say either no, or he's going to say, what are you talking about? No, this, or this, when you say, "Hey, Joe, did you commit a crime?" So all these three usually mean that he is not telling the truth. The last one is silence. Now, if you didn't commit a crime, let's put yourself in the shoes of this kind of person. If you did not commit a crime and someone will say, "Hey, did you commit a crime?" No, you don't. No, I'm telling you the truth. It's a certain kind of body language that would usually you can pick and put together in the case you're making. It doesn't mean there are definite, like, oh, that's the ultimate truth here. But definitely, if someone asks you, "Hey, Gigi, did you rape that person?" and you keep silence, I mean, it should be a yes or a no. Obviously, it's not going to be a yes, so it's going to be a no. Now, the way you expressed a no could be three ways or more, but usually it's three ways. One, no. The other one is no. And the other one is, what kind of question is this? Now, all these three, you can look at them. The first one, no, in your eyes, that's most likely to tell the truth. The one, next one, and the other one, what are you talking about? Just answer the freaking question. So now we have, after this little thing here, these are evasive things. Are not, if someone answers like that, necessarily that person is not telling the truth or anything like that. But you add together the body language, and obviously, if that person contradicts himself or herself, and many other ways to find out, get closer to the truth when you interrogate, whatever you do. Or you simply have a conversation with your neighbor about breaking your fence, for instance. So here we have the Nord Stream pipelines 1 and 2. They were blown up. We don't know by whom. Yesterday, it's a investigative journalist, the ones who first wrote about the My Lai massacre, I think 1969 in Vietnam. Remember that guy? He's a winner of a Pulitzer Prize. He's a renowned investigative journalist. Now, when he's not telling whatever these guys want him to tell, now he's losing credibility. I don't know if he lost credibility or not, but he came with a report yesterday saying that, according to mass media, that the United States did this and did that regarding the Nord Stream pipeline. That's what he says. And he uses an obviously anonymous source with first knowledge of the issue, stating that in June, I think, or July last year, 2022, when there were some, was it in 2022? No, it wasn't. It was in 2021. I have to look back over that, but it was when the NATO had some drills in the area. According to this guy, they planted some explosives on the pipelines, according to this guy and his source. And they eventually blew it and so on. When they had, there was remote controlled, detonated, and so on. I think it was last year anyway. Yeah, last year in July, I think. So obviously now United States flatly denied but that's the government. You know how it is. They also told us that the Gulf of Tonkin occurred, among others. You remember? Okay, now I make my case. I rest my case with that one, and I can also use what the U.S. government also told us about the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. So these two will make me believe the government 100%. I don't believe anybody unless I build trust. Well, I don't think I can build trust with. It's already lost and floating down the river, you know, face down. Okay, so now we have Sweden, we have Denmark. In that report, this investigative reporter says that his source mentioned Norway with Norway's help. So Norway helped all this. Norway denied it, like the United States. No, we didn't do it. Now we have some Sweden. Denmark does not say anything. I don't have any information on what the Danish government says about the new article, revelation, statements, report, however you want to call it. So Denmark is nowhere to be found. Sweden keeps silence when asked, hey, what do you know about it? Right? I can say nothing. Remember, Sweden and Denmark, they have both their own independent investigations on the matter because the pipelines go through their economic zones. So that's why they are the main investigators. So they should know. So if someone asks you, hey, Sweden, is it true what this guy say? You can say, according to our evidence or findings, so far there's no evidence or there's no compelling evidence to support the allegations of that. Blah, blah. That's how you say it. Or you say, well, Sweden is, you wonder why. Then Germany, Olaf Scholz. Germany also conducted a little investigation, and Olaf Scholz is... Now I have two articles. Obviously, both articles come from Russian sources because they have, in this case, the biggest interest in saying it was not us, it was them. So and obviously you can say they have the biggest interest to avoid responsibility. But so far was the Danish government. They said there's no evidence. The Germans said there's no evidence to support the allegations that the Russians blew those pipes out. So Germany, and then also the, how do you call it, the owner of Nord Stream, in an interview when asked if he thinks that Russia blew them up, he said no. When he was asked, do you think Great Britain did it? He was, well, it's a, what kind of question is that? Remember the beginning of my little video. All right, Russia pointed the finger at the Royal Navy. Hey, they did it. Now this guy is the investigative reporter says no, actually is the Americans and the Norwegians. All right, I'm surprised with the Norwegians a little bit. So let's see what these articles are talking about. All right. So here, as I said, this comes from Sputnik, and it is from 2 hours ago, today on the 9th of February 2023. Swedish authorities decline comments on a new report implicating US in the Nord Stream sabotage. You don't want to comment? Why? I think because the scenario was not agreed upon by whomever. They did not get together yet and say, now what? How are we gonna come out and say it? Deny everything, man. Deny. Probably that's what is gonna happen. But the fact that when you're asked, let's say you are innocent. If someone comes and tells you, hey, you raped, I don't know, Margie, what are you gonna say? I didn't do that. You're not gonna say, well, I refuse to answer that question. What does that tell you? You don't want to say anything because you don't know what to say, and you don't want to incriminate yourself. But if you know you didn't do it, or you know you did it, so in case you say you know you didn't do it, you have no problem saying I didn't do it. No problem. But if you know you did it, you're going to have a problem saying no. Let alone yes. So you're not going to say no, and then in the future, people find out it was you, and let's say you're a witness, like Sweden in this case, and hey, Sweden, you lied. You're accomplice then. You know what I mean? So I think according to the Russians. I'm not saying that is no. They said that Sweden declined, right? Comments. So let's see. Judy, the Swedish prosecution authority and the country's foreign ministry told RIA Novosti on Thursday that they could not comment on the report by an American investigative journalist that U.S. Navy divers blew up Russia's Nord Stream pipeline, citing confidentiality. Yeah, I agree with that. That's and they are someone in the Swedish prosecution authority. Okay, the foreign ministry's press service said Sweden's competent authorities were conducting a criminal investigation and refused to comment further. Okay, so they say, oh, no, the investigation is ongoing. We can't provide you with any information because of the confidentiality and so on. Okay, the press services of the prosecutor's office also said that the investigation into the Nord Stream sabotage has been ongoing and the prosecutors could not comment due to the confidentiality of the case. I agree with that 100%. Now, Seymour Hersh, a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist, this is the guy, blew the whistle on the U.S. atrocities in Vietnam War and more recently on prisoner torture at Abu Ghraib in Iraq, wrote in a blog post on Wednesday that American deep-water divers had planted explosives under 3 of the 4 Russia's Nord Stream pipelines and were detonated remotely last September at the order of President Joe Biden. This is what the guy says. I guess this guy is the one. I don't know. So he says on September 26, 3 of the 4 were blown up. Germany, Denmark, and Sweden launched separate investigations into suspected sabotage, with German media reporting trust issues among the 3 EU nations. The Russian Chief Prosecutor's Office said it had opened an inquiry into possible international terrorism. Okay, now we have this one. Nord Stream sabotage. Sputnik. German lawmaker condemns Scholz's telltale silence on U.S. role in Nord Stream sabotage. So probably he was asked, hey, what's going on, man? No, I'm quiet. I don't want to incriminate anybody, including myself. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz's silence on the recent revelations by an American investigative journalist, the U.S. Navy, blah, 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 speaks volumes. Maximilian Krach of the German AfD party told Sputnik. Now they tell us what happened here, and said the Biden did that. Anyway, let's quote this. It is certain that the German government, I'm quoting, was informed of the sabotage beforehand by the Americans. This is the only explanation for Scholz's awkward silence, with the addition of a woke and irresponsible warmonger like Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock, who declares that Germany is at war with Russia. Nothing surprises me, he said. Krach argued that the sabotage put an end to what had long been a headache for the Scholz government. The need to justify the Germans why the second leg of the natural gas pipeline had not been pumping cheap gas into the country. So, this is what these guys are saying. Now, remember, those guys say we can't comment because of confidentiality. I understand that one. But still, you would say, we don't know. Anyway, you can say anything. You can't, I understand that one. But on the other hand, Scholz, these guys are going to keep this, and obviously Russians right now are with the acceleration pedal straight to the bottom of the car, trying to get as much as possible right now. And everything is possible here. I mean, not everything, but it's possible that that guy, the journalist, made up the story, but then what happened with the guy, I mean, who's the source, you can find out, because obviously it's confidentiality and all that. And I'm pretty sure some people try to turn each and every rock right now to find certain kind of things, and maybe put together a certain kind of narrative. We don't know, but the Russians are quick to say, hey, everybody keeps quiet. And remember, Denmark was the one in, I think, in 2011, 2012, and I think in 2019, Denmark security services, like, the secret police, intelligence, however you want to call it, they are the ones that allow the NSA, National, Department of National Security, they allow them to come and tap into the phones of certain kind of diplomats, including Angela Merkel and so on. They got in Europe, they tapped through Denmark. You can find that. I made videos on that anyway. Anyway, that's it with this. We don't know yet anything, but that, how do you call it? Journalist said that. The government of US says no, we didn't. The Norwegians said no. The Swedes said, well, we can't comment because of the confidentiality protocol and so on. And then you have the Germans, who again are quiet. We don't know yet why. The Danes, Denmark, again, probably is not going to say anything. What's strange is that all this already has taken what? September, October, November, December, January. It's 4 months and a half. And we don't know yet. I wonder, what else do you need to find out? I mean, look at it, the military is involved, all that is involved to find out, and in 4 months and a half, they couldn't conclude. I don't believe that personally. I don't believe it because I don't believe it. Let's put it this way. And I have the right not to believe that these guys might not have a lead, at least, to put it mildly, that they can pursue and, by elimination, get to 1 or 2 actors. But anyway, probably because they're going to be implicated as well. We'll find out. I don't know. We'll find out. Just wait. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.